Hi, I'm Tim, and this is Timberway Designs. I decided to start a new series of videos where I take rocks that I find on the beach, in my backyard, in landscaping, and I'm gonna start cutting them in half because I'm always curious what's inside, and I'm sure you folks are too. I'll do 10 rocks, and these videos will come out on Wednesday, so I'm kind of excited about this. And if they look really good, then there's a possibility that you might see them in one of my cabochon videos that I've been making for the last month or a couple months. So let's take a closer look at the 10 rocks this week that we're going to cut in half. So here are the 10 rocks that I am going to cut in half to see what's inside. We got a porphyry looking one here. Looks like feldspar crystals in it. We got a piece of granite. This one here, I'm not really sure because I picked it up because it had a quartz inclusion in it. Let me get focused here. And I thought maybe it was an agate. Then again, it might surprise us when we cut it in half. This is ambogoidal basalt, and it's got some agate stuff going on in there. This is a piece of quartz with feldspar crystals in it. You can kind of see the shine right there. This is also ambogoidal basalt with, I don't know what the white specks are. I don't think it's calcite because the basalt's wearing faster than that is. This one here has, we're going to get them wet too, has a bunch of stripes in it. I thought maybe it was nice. The spelling's going to be down below for that. I think, I'm not sure. I'm not a geologist and I don't claim to be. I just try to get information I look up. This one here is definitely quartz, but I don't know if that's basalt. I think it is because it's wearing faster than the white stuff. This is another chunk of ambogoidal basalt. Got some stuff going on there. This one here, I'm probably thinking the same thing. I don't know if that is jasper or, I don't think it's epidote because it's not green, but I thought it was kind of neat when I picked it up. Okay, we're down here on my 10-inch high-tech rock saw. I don't use pure water. I use a soluble oil water mixture. 10-inch blade, sintered diamond. That means it's encrusted with diamonds. It's not sharp at all. So when you see my fingers close to it, don't panic. I'm not going to cut myself. So I got the rocks lined up here, no particular order. Let's start cutting them in half and see what's inside. So we'll start with this little guy right here. We're just going to go the long way. Alright, cut okay. Didn't have to push hard. Let's see what's inside. Okay, kind of looks like the outside, except a little smoother. Alright, next one's going to be this ambogoidal rhyolite because it's got a reddish tinge to it. I think we're going to split it right down the middle just like that. Let's see what it's got. Okay. No. That stuff. Ready? Okay. Looks like a kidney. Alright. A piece of granite here. I'm going to split it just like that. Alright, pretty much look the same on the inside as it did on the outside, but I like the pattern and the colors. I'm going to take this big old chunk of porphyry and I'm going to split it just like that. That wasn't too bad. See what's inside. Okay. don't know if you read it like this or like that. I've got this big hunk of quartz with feldspar in it. I'm just going to split it like that. Alright. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Might be seeing this one again on one of my cabbing videos. Okay, we got ourselves a piece of rhyolite with little agate inclusions in there. I was thinking about splitting it like this, but I think I'm just going to go like that. So maybe there's a giant agate right in the middle of it. Let's take a look. Nope. Although the edges look really nice. That went in there pretty deep too. Might be able to slice the end off that and do something with that. So you might be seeing this one again. Now this one here, I'm really curious what's inside this one. And I think I'm going to split it like that. Okay. Moment of reveal. Here we go. I might revisit this one for cabochon. We'll see. All right, this is the one I'm curious about. I'm thinking I'm going to cut it like this. Yeah, like that. Okay, I'm not thinking agate because it cut way too easy for that. So let's take a look. It's kind of interesting. All right. And last but not least, this one here. You're just going to go for it just like that. Okay, I imagine it's just going to be kind of stripy on the inside, but let's take a look. That's kind of cool, kind of blah. Alright, and last but not least, keep bumping my camera, got this little guy here. Looks a lot greener than it did upstairs. Probably thinking epidote now. And quartz. So I'm going to split it lengthwise this way, which I already started. Forgot to turn the camera on. So let's cut it open and see what's inside. Alright, do a look here. That's kind of interesting. Might be seeing this one again too in a cabochon video. Alright, let's go upstairs and talk about all this rocks we cut in half. Oh, we got all these rocks cut in half, and actually I was getting ready to leave and I had the little white one was still in the bag, so I had to turn everything back on and cut him in half. And then when I went to cut him in half, I already was about halfway through and I realized I just took a photograph, not a video, so forgive me for all that fiasco there, but got a bag of cut in half rocks here. Let's take a closer look at them. Okay, here's my menagerie of rocks that we cut in half here, and we'll look at them in no particular order here. So this is that little one that had all these inclusions in there. I'm gonna say this is epidote. It's got kind of a greenish yellowish tinge to it, and I think the host rock is rhyolite. And I think this would make a crazy looking cabochon, so you might see this one again. This one here, quartz, and there's some really funky green stuff going on in there on the bottom. Now, at first I thought it was basalt, but downstairs it was just green. So that kind of interesting idea here for a cabochon. This one here, I kind of expected more out of it. Maybe if I cut it in a different angle, because it looks like it's got some stuff going this way, but it was kind of a gray blah type deal here. So this might end up outside in the landscaping. Some of these granites that we pick up on the North Shore or on the shores of Lake Superior are just gorgeous when you cut them inside here. I've seen some black ones. I've made some cabochons out of that, and they come out beautifully. So this one might be a candidate for a cabochon here. This one here is probably my favorite rock. It is just gorgeous on the inside. Got some yellowish, I don't know if that's chert or whatever, some quartz, feldspar. It's just got everything going in there. So you might be seeing this one again. This is this big porphyry here. And I don't know if I can make a cabochon. It looks kind of porous. I might give it a shot, but we'll see what happens. Looks like it's even got a streak of epidote going through it, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. Yeah, this kidney-shaped rock here, I was kind of hoping this inclusion here went deep, but it was just on the surface, as you can see. And it's got a little tiny bunch of agates trying to form in there. Nothing spectacular. I think the host rock is rhyolite. All right, this one here, you get it organized. There we go. When I picked it up, it had this big quartz cavity, which is indicative of superior agates. So I thought, well, maybe there's a little hope in there, but actually, it's just kind of blah. I don't even see any fortifications or anything in there. So I think this will probably end up in the landscaping as well. And this was probably my favorite going in. Let me get it right. Oh, let's see. Like doing a combination here. No, well, I'll figure it out. There we go. So I thought these little nodules would be all through it. But it's funny, you pick these rocks up and a lot of times they seem like they're on the just on the outside, and that's it. You cut them open, there's nothing on the inside. So this one, there is a couple that go deep in here, but I was kind of hoping for some stuff more in the center. I might make a cabochon out of this, but it won't be on the cabochon video. It'll just be off to the side there. See how it comes out. And then this one here, this is another ambogoidal basalt. Not a basalt, rhyolite, because it's red. Usually rhyolite's red. But you can see there was a kind of an agate kind of forming here, and then another one there. So when I split it, it actually goes deep, because a lot of times when you get these agates in these ambogoidals, they don't go deep, they're right on the surface. At least the way I've been doing it. So I might cut the top of this off and see if I can make a cabochon out of that. Other than that, it's just kind of blah. So we cut 10 rocks in half that I found on the beach that anybody can find. People walk over them all the time. I just pick them up because they look cool. And we saw what was inside, all 10 of them. Comment below if pick one out if you like it. If you'd like to see one made into a cabochon. My favorite was the one with the feldspar and the quartz and whatever the yellow stuff was. So next week I'll have 10 more rocks. Probably we're up at Little Girls Point and we're up at Saxon Harbor. I'll put the pins down below in case you want to go rock hunting or check the places out, because we pick up a lot of rocks that are cool up there, and I like cutting them in half and looking inside. If you would subscribe, I got a little thingy going someplace here. And then give me a thumbs up, because that helps the analytics get out there. And come on back next week. I'll put these out every Wednesday. So thanks a lot. That's all I got. Catch you later.